All right, so I feel like I have this conversation on like a daily basis, so we're just going to talk about it. I'm going to show you three things, and I want somebody to explain to me how that means that the housing market is going to crash. All right, thing number one, housing inventory. We are down here. That is historically low. It's a supply and demand issue, number one, and it is highlighted right here. Here's where we're at before the housing market crashed last time, back in 2007, 2008. Here's where we were before that historically. Obviously, this is not good. It's low. Thing number two, and the first argument I always hear is foreclosures are going to lead to a wave of supply, which here is the percentage of homes that are either delinquent, in forbearance, or in danger of being foreclosed on. Right here, we're at historic lows. Above me, right there, that's 2007, 2008. And then right here is the historical average. So unless this number changes drastically, which nobody really sees happening for a multitude of reasons, including tighter loan restrictions and record equity just in the United States in general, this isn't going to change. So the supply is not going to come from here. Thing number three, if we were experiencing a crash, we would not see home sales recovering after bottoming them out, right? Obviously, we were record highs in 2021, 2022. Then interest rates popped. We bottomed out in 2022, and now all of a sudden, even with interest rates still not fully recovered, you're still seeing buyers in the market. You're still seeing people looking to purchase homes, and that trend has continued for the last 2 months even, going month over month increases from last year as far as home sales activity. I said three, we're going to go four, only because this also highlights the supply issue that I'm talking about. These are the home starts, annual home starts since 2009, where we bottomed out over the next 13 years, 12, 13 years. We've steadily increased. However, we have spent 13 years underneath the historical average, which means we're just not producing enough homes to satisfy the demand that we're seeing. So I understand you can take data and kind of make it interpret how you want to spin a story. But to me, a lot of this is just supply and demand, right? We do not have enough housing to satisfy the demand, especially with the millennials coming of home buying age. And unless something absolutely radical, black swan happens with interest rates, I just don't see it changing in the foreseeable future. That being said, I did have an interesting conversation with somebody in terms of the demographics, and this person was a demographer, which apparently is the science of studying demographics. Who knew? I didn't. And he had the argument that we're not taking into account the aging population, the increase in fertility, and the increase of death or decrease of population in regards to the housing shortage. As a matter of fact, I believe it was either last year or the year before was the first time we had more housing permits issued than we did population increase for the first time, I believe, ever. So I'm not a demographer. I don't have the expertise to tell you if that's going to affect the market and if it is, when, but it is something to keep an eye on.